Hey everyone, and welcome. Let's talk about something that's probably bugged you at some point. You've got this incredibly smart AI assistant, right? But when it talks, it just sounds kind of weird. So what's the deal with that? Let's dive in and figure it out.
I mean, think about it. You ask your smart speaker some really tough questions, and you know it's processing a ton of information in a split second. And then the answer comes back, and it's just, I don't know, a little clunky? A little robotic? It's something we've all noticed for sure. And you know what? There's actually a really fascinating reason why that happens.
All right, so let's get right into the heart of this awkward AI problem. This isn't just some small bug or a simple coding mistake. Nope, it's actually a really deep technical challenge. It all comes down to this massive gap between how an AI thinks and how it actually talks to us.
And this right here really shows you what I'm talking about. On the left, that's the AI's brain, right? It's the super logical, step-by-step process called a chain of thought, and it's how the AI figures out the correct answer. But then look at the right. That's what you actually hear, just this one flat, simple sentence. All of that brilliant work happening in the background, it's completely hidden.
So this creates a huge headache for developers, a real fundamental trade-off they've been stuck with for ages. It's like they have to choose. Do you want an AI that's super accurate but sounds like it's reading a textbook out loud? Or do you want an AI that sounds natural and conversational but, well, it might just get the answer wrong? It's been really, really hard to have both.
So how have people tried to solve this? Well, this whole smart versus smooth talking dilemma has basically led to two main ways of building these things. And honestly, both have their own pretty big flaws. It's like fixing one leak just to have another one pop up somewhere else.
Okay, so you've got method one, chain of thought. It's incredibly accurate, which is great. But the downside? The answers are just so long and wordy. It sounds like a robot reading a legal document. Then you have method two, the speech-friendly approach. This one sounds way more natural, very conversational. But, and this is a big but, its accuracy can totally tank. We're talking a drop of over 20% in some cases. Not good.
So that brings us to the big question, right? How do we get the best of both worlds? Is there a way to build an AI that's both a genius and a smooth talker? You know, one that has all that logical power but can still chat with you like a normal person.
Well, some new research suggests there is a way, and the solution comes from looking at a model we all know really, really well, our own brains. The big idea here is to stop trying to make the AI think and speak using the exact same process.
This quote just nails the whole concept. Just think about how you think for a second. Your internal monologue is probably a total mess, right? It's all over the place, jumping from one idea to the next. But when you actually open your mouth to speak, you automatically clean it all up. You translate that chaos into a nice, clear sentence. You don't just, verbally dump your raw brain thoughts.
So, inspired by this, the researchers built a new three-step system. Step 1, think. The AI just does its thing, all that complex step-by-step reasoning. Then step 2, and this is the magic part, it verbalizes. It takes all that messy internal logic and translates it into natural, easy-to-understand language. And only then, as the very last step, does it speak. This verbalize step is really the secret sauce here. It's like having a dedicated translator sitting between the AI's super smart brain and its mouth. Its one and only job is to take that accurate but super robotic thought process and rephrase it into something that sounds, well, human. Something clear, simple, and easy to listen to.
Okay, but this new process creates a brand new problem. A pretty obvious one, actually. If the AI has to finish its entire complex thought process before it can even start translating it into speech, well, you're just left hanging. There's this long, awkward pause, and we're talking over 8 seconds. In a real conversation, that feels like forever.
So what do you do about that awkward silence? This is where the researchers got really clever. They came up with a system to get rid of that pause and make the whole thing feel way more natural and interactive.
The solution is a system called Revert. And instead of waiting for the AI to finish the whole problem, Revert starts verbalizing thoughts as they happen. It's like as soon as the AI figures out step 1, Revert is already turning that into a natural sentence. It's building the answer piece by piece. Think of it like someone telling you a story as they're reading it instead of waiting to finish the entire book first.
And the result? It's huge. A whopping 66% reduction in that initial response time. That awkward 8-second pause gets cut down to just under 3 seconds. And that's a delay that feels totally natural. It's just enough time for the AI to say something like, let me see, before giving you the answer.
All right, so the idea sounds amazing in theory.
But what about in practice? Does it actually work? Let's put it to the test and look at the hard data. How does this new approach really stack up against the old ways of doing things?
First up, and this is the big one, accuracy. And look at that. The new framework is basically just as accurate as the super smart but robotic chain of thought method. This is a massive win. We get to keep all that accuracy without the huge drop-off you see with those purely speech-friendly models.
Now, what about making it sound natural? If we just look at how many words it takes to get the answer across, the difference is staggering. That old chain of thought method rambles on for an average of 154 words. But our new approach? It gets the job done in just 44 words. It's the most direct and to the point of them all.
So, what does this all add up to? It means that old, frustrating trade-off is finally broken. We don't have to choose between a smart AI and a natural-sounding AI anymore. It turns out we can actually have both.
And this is way more than just a cool research project. This kind of breakthrough is going to have a real impact on the future of AI conversation and how we interact with this stuff every single day. So what does this actually mean for you? Well, it means you can have an AI assistant that can explain complicated things clearly without putting you to sleep. It means conversations with your devices that feel less clunky and more natural. Really, it's a huge step toward an AI that doesn't just spit out facts, but actually helps you understand them.
And all of this leads to a pretty mind-bending question about the future, doesn't it? As these systems get better and better at not just knowing what we know, but talking how we talk, what happens when we can't tell the difference anymore? What happens when you genuinely don't know if you're talking to a person or an AI? That's a future that's getting closer every day. Something to chew on. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.